Bill O'Reilly here, Monday, November 30th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court rejects another election lawsuit. New York City reopens some public schools. Los Angeles shuts down restaurants. COVID kills the busiest shopping day of the year. America's ranked Thanksgiving 2020 the most stressful holiday ever. Also ahead, the Pope versus Donald Trump. But first, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court dismissing yet another lawsuit from the Trump campaign. Republicans say election workers illegally counted at least 1 million absentee ballots without proper verification. The case will likely be appealed to the Supreme Court as the election controversy goes on and on. New York City Mayor de Blasio ordering New York's grammar schools to reopen despite rising infection rates. Students in the Big Apple returning to the classrooms just days after officials closed the buildings. Furious parents protested outside City Hall over the Thanksgiving Day weekend, telling de Blasio schools are the safest places for kids to avoid the virus, which is probably true. Residents in Los Angeles now barred from dining outdoors. Officials in Southern California banning restaurants from serving customers for the next 3 weeks. The health department in LA warning businesses they will have their food and liquor licenses revoked if they defy the order. The contagion hurt retail sales on Black Friday, traditionally the start of the Christmas holiday season. Traffic at shops across the USA down 52% compared to last year. Online shopping up only 20%. Sales at places like malls and department stores plummeting 80%. New survey from one poll says adults rate Thanksgiving 2020 as the most stressful holiday in history. 52% say Turkey Day caused severe anxiety because of travel, seeing relatives, and organizing dinner. 1 in 10 refused to celebrate Thanksgiving at all. In a moment, Pope Francis criticizing President Trump. But is the pontiff correct? Right back with it. Investors, are you seeking steady cash flow, ready to diversify? Have you considered a proven real estate investment fund? NRIA is one of the nation's leading realty specialists and offers 10% annualized monthly payouts, with bonuses targeted to 21%. That's right, you could receive steady 10% return monthly payments with bonuses. You know, they specialize in realty investing done right. Even use your 401k or IRA to invest. NRIA's 15-year track record and $1.2 billion in new construction development backs you. So learn how you can invest in this hard asset real estate cash flow fund today and receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses. This is something savvy investors should research and consider. Please call now, 201-210-2727, 201-210-2727, or visit nria.net.
An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, Pope Francis versus Donald Trump. The Pope is a good man. At least I think so. He's seriously interested in alleviating suffering and corruption around the world and uses his influence to do that. His ultimate boss must be very pleased. Jesus the Nazarene was a compassionate, practical guy who looked at the cold world with a realistic weariness. The poor will always be with us, he told his followers. With precision, Jesus spoke of ambition and achievement in one parable of the 3 workers given investment capital by their employer. The man who did nothing with that opportunity was scolded for squandering the gift he received. In his new book, Let Us Dream, Pope Francis also speaks of practical matters, confronting the world of COVID and directly criticizing the actions of President Trump. Having written Killing Jesus, a history book of the most famous human being who ever existed, I think the Pope may be making a significant mistake in his analysis, one that the teacher Jesus would not have made. On page 2 of the book, the Pope writes, quote, "Think of governments having to choose in the pandemic. What matters more, to take care of people or keep the financial system going? Do we look after people or sacrifice them for the sake of the stock market? Do we put the machinery of wealth on hold knowing people will suffer, yet that way we save lives? In some cases, governments have tried to protect the economy first, maybe because they didn't understand the magnitude of the illness or because they lack the resources. Those governments have mortgaged their people," unquote. That is quite the indictment by Pope Francis, and it's aimed directly at President Trump. So playing devil's advocate with His Holiness, let me challenge. No country on earth has successfully eliminated COVID, and a number of nations have badly damaged their own people by ordering intense lockdowns. That is a fact. In the USA, President Trump did not want to panic the markets and create intense economic hardship. Remember, about 13 million Americans have contracted COVID. There are 330 million of us, and we're all dependent on the market economy, which slid into recession shortly after the virus hit. Pope Francis is responsible for souls, an American president for bodies. Folks have to have enough money to support themselves, and under Mr. Trump, the U.S. economy has remained resilient, while other nations have faltered. It is true that Donald Trump did not aggressively promote mask wearing and punishing lockdowns, but the president paid a political price for those mistakes. He did not, however, mortgage his people. He protected their hard-earned assets and investments. He also successfully fast-tracked the vaccine. Pope Francis is wrong here. It is how you provide for the downtrodden that separates the saints from the sinners. Allowing all citizens opportunities to improve their lives should be the basis of judgment. Protecting folks from harm is important, as long as you don't destroy the village in the process. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I prove that message by actually writing it. Disagree? I want to hear from you. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. And please consider my new book, Killing Crazy Horse. In a moment, something you might not know. By now, you've heard me speak about Jeff Brown, my go-to tech expert, and his firm, Brownstone Research. His firm called the exact peak of the dot-com boom and just issued another major prediction. So if you've got money invested in the market, especially in popular tech stocks, this is critical information. Jeff sat down with Tech Minute's Chris Hurt to discuss something shocking he believes is on the verge of happening. So you can watch that interview at bill5g.com right now. That's bill5g.com. Jeff's top-notch newsletter provides my listeners with research to let them know of the best tech companies and the biggest market opportunities before they appear on Wall Street's radar. It's the only way to win in the market. Jeff's track record speaks for itself. He's recommended the number one S&P stock of 2016, 18, and 19. His subscribers see gains such as 432% and more in just days sometimes. So please go to bill5g.com. That's bill5g.com now. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Jeopardy! Record holder Ken Jennings will be the first in a series of interim hosts replacing the late Alex Trebek when the show resumes production this week. Exactly 16 years ago today, Jennings finally lost the competition after winning 74 consecutive games in a row. Here's the story. Before 2003, Jeopardy contestants were limited to 5 consecutive games. At the beginning of the show's 20th season, however, rules were changed to allow participants to remain on the show as long as they continued to win. Jennings' career in quiz shows began during his time at Brigham Young University in Utah. He traveled around and ran competitions and other events for the school. His reign on Jeopardy lasted from June 2nd until November 30th, 2004. He finally lost by confusing the company's H&R Block with FedEx. The video of Ken losing the game has been viewed 10 million times on YouTube. In total, Ken Jennings earned more than $2.5 million in less than 6 months. That phenomenon created a national buzz around the show that first aired on NBC back in 1964. Ratings jumped 22% when Jennings was on. So he will be the first to take Alex Trebek's place since the legendary host started running the show back in 1984. Mr. Trebek died earlier this month at the age of 80 from pancreatic cancer. And here's something else you might not know. While it may seem Jeopardy revolves around the host and contestants, an entire crew of people work to come up with the unique questions. The show employs 36 researchers and analysts to create the categories and clues used to stump the contestants. If you end up on Jeopardy, please choose your words wisely. The game has 3 judges listening live to the participants' answers. If you pronounce something wrong or add an extra syllable, game over, as Ken Jennings knows all too well. So Jeopardy will continue after the legacy of Alex Trebek. In my opinion, no one can ever replace Alex. He was an American icon. Back after this. As you may know, more than 44 million Americans have lost their jobs. The Fed just warned the recession may get worse. So I recommend you consider gold and silver. And the only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold Group. I trust them. I've done business with them. I recommend them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA. And they make it easy. So please call them right now. And make sure you tell them that Bill sent you. And they will give you, ready? $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold Group, gold is up more than 30%. So don't wait. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.